Hello, it's good to see you again. Oh, do you recognize me? Well, that's good. Yes, it's me from the lab. I'm honestly quite pleased you recognized my face. Was it that eye-catching? I apologize for coming here so late at night. I hope I didn't wake up anyone here. Oh, you live alone? Well then, lucky me. Lucky in the sense I didn't wake anyone up. I mean... Anyway, I have something important to talk to you about. It's about your blood test. The results came in. Now, yes, I know what you're thinking. Usually they simply just mail the results in. No need to send in anyone, but I'm sure that this is an exception. There is something special, you see, in your results. Oh, don't worry. It's not one of those you have 1 month left to live sort of scenarios. It's nothing bad. Quite the opposite. In fact, your blood is amazing. The talk about it might take a while, so maybe we should have a seat? Oh, thank you. I'd love to come in. Now, I'll try to make this as quick as possible. I'm sure you don't want me to keep you up all night long. But anyway, about your blood test. As I was saying, the results came in, and like I said, nothing bad. The results weren't disastrous by any means. Well, you could do with eating a bit less sugar, but that's hardly unique to you. You know how the public's health is this day and age, but there wasn't anything that spelled out the end of the world for you. Blood sugar aside, your blood, to put it lightly, is really a work of art. Now to explain just what I mean. I'm going to have to give you a little background information. Where to begin? Say, do you believe in the supernatural? Ghosts, werewolves, vampires, that sort of thing? I'd imagine you're not much of a believer. Sorry, I know it's a really weird question, especially coming from someone who works in a lab. I mean, you would think I'm such a scientifically minded person giving my work. I don't actually know about ghosts and werewolves, to be frank with you. But why don't you go to that mirror and give it a good look and tell me what you see? Or rather, don't see in this case. Yep, that's right. It's not a trick of the light. My reflection really is nowhere to be seen in that mirror, and it's no illusion. You know how it goes, right? The whole vampires don't have reflections sort of thing. So, and I know this might be hard to believe, but what I'm saying is, I'm a vampire that shrinks blood and prowls the night sort of kind. You don't believe me? Well, I admire your skepticism. If nothing else. Hey, how heavy is this couch? It's pretty big. Maybe it's 300 pounds or 350. Check this out. See, I can lift it with one hand. I'm not even breaking a sweat, though. I don't think the same could be said for you. Don't worry. I'll put it down gently. I know we would wake the neighbors if we were loud. Don't want that, now do we? But it's incredible, right? Even the weakest vampires can lift 20 times what an average human can. This sort of strength is normal for us. But to you, it's apparently some sort of marvel. So surely you must believe me now. Though to tell you the truth, at this point it really doesn't matter. It never mattered. I don't care if you believe me or not. It doesn't change anything. Because I'm going to have you either way. You see, you're a marvel, too. And it's actually quite embarrassing to admit it. But I need you. You know I was saying your blood was special? Well, I should be a bit more specific. It's special to me. Well, not just me. It's very special to a certain group of vampires. But I am one of them. It's so special that I was working at that lab, putting in so many hours, analyzing blood all the time, just so I could find someone with blood like yours. You look a little lost. Let me tell you a bit about my medical history. You see, I have a certain medical condition. I'm sure you haven't heard of it, because it only affects vampires. It's called hemoplexia. I got it. Well, the symptoms appeared about a month ago. Now, what that means is I basically can't drink or make use of the majority of the different types of blood. The vast majority is a bit of an understatement. Here, to get the point across, I don't mean blood types like blood type A, B, or AB. If it was just then, at the worst, I'd have 1% of the human population I could feast on. And it's a lot worse than that for me. The type of blood I can actually digest is so rare it basically doesn't exist. At least that's what I assumed until I saw you. Hemoplexia leaves the victim with very strict requirements for what type of blood they can drink. But yours? Oh, it's perfect. Better than perfect. There isn't a single drop of blood anywhere more perfect than yours. The acidity level, the ratio of white blood cells, the oxygen saturation, everything is just. So to weave the masterpiece that is your blood, every last detail, absolutely flawless. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Finally, blood I can actually drink. You have no idea how starved I've been. I just can't contain myself. In fact, let me just get a little closer. And wow, putting my hand on your heart like this, feeling it pump all that succulent blood, it's intoxicating. Well, your clothes are a bit in the way of me feeling your heart, but the point still stands. I haven't had anything in a month, but now after all this time, I have in front of me what must be the only person who can save me. I'm going to have a sip. I hope that didn't make you too nauseous. Bear with it, it will pass. But you know? Finally having blood after all this time. Oh, it's so good. But I'm not the only one after it. You're a gold mine for vampires, with the condition like mine. Usually when a vampire gets hemoplexia, it's essentially a death sentence. They'll be doomed to starve to death. After all, the chance of finding someone with blood like yours is essentially zero. In fact, if the models are correct, the chances are basically 1 in 1 billion. So it really is a miracle I found you. A destiny, even. And obviously that means there are going to be other vampires after you. But don't worry. You'll be safe with me. I'll keep you nice and protected In my home. It's like a fortress. I even have a bunker. There you will offer your blood exclusively to me, and whenever I ask for it. And that's it. That's all you have to do. Your one job. Simple and low stress. You're welcome. I'll take care of everything else. You don't have to worry about anything. Forget about the stress of waking up early and forcing yourself to go to school or work. Forget worrying about money. Forget worrying about your belongings. I'll buy you whatever you need, as long as you be a good little meal. Looking around, I notice you seem to have a bunch of useless stuff around here. I can buy you a lot of useless stuff back at my place. It'll be just like home, except this time you'll have some actual company. You need time to think about it. Oh, you poor, poor thing. Since when were you under the impression that you had a choice? You're mine, and you're coming with me, whether you like it or not. I'm powerful even by the freakish standards of vampires. I'm influential in the vampire and human worlds. So what makes you think you can resist me? When I want something, I get it. And I want you. Now let me tell you how things are going to go. First, you're going to apologize for even thinking there is a possibility of resisting me. Then if there's anything you want to bring along, you can bring it. As long as you can pack it up in, say, 15 minutes. Then we're getting in my car. Do you understand? Good. Apology accepted. Now come on. Your 15 minutes just started.